Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 Wrecked is upon us, and Epic may have broken the entire game. Now, unfortunately, I cannot help you guys from getting run over by cars or from getting fisted to death by the nitro gloves, but what I can do is walk you through the best in-game Fortnite settings so that at least you're getting shit on in 360 FPS. And who doesn't want that? We're going to be looking at the best Nvidia control panel settings, optimizing your Epic Games launcher options, fixing all of your in-game Fortnite settings, as well as enabling a secret ability to see how much delay you actually get in the new season. Then we can improve it. So make sure to drop a like, subscribe, use itsJerian, and check out all the Forever Creative maps. They have been updated with the new Season 3 loot pool, including nitro gloves as the 7 kill streak. But otherwise, guys, it is time for my Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 settings guide. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is what Epic recommends doing every single new season, and that is going down to your GeForce Experience application and updating your drivers. Now, if you remember my Chapter 5 Season 2 settings guide, I actually showed you guys old drivers and how to uninstall your current ones and then go back to the good old ones. But this season, I actually found the new ones, which, if you click on drivers, you can get to. These new drivers that just came out on May 21st, or really any of the most up-to-date drivers whenever you're watching this, they are good enough for this season of Fortnite. So if you don't have this on your screen, by the way, it might look like this. You might have to drop it down, or you might have to go and press check for updates, and then boom, the newest GeForce Game Ready driver should pop up. I'm gonna hit download. That will download. Let me slurp a little bit. And right now, it is preparing my package. Anyways, once that downloads, click Express Installation. Yup. That's the sound we want to hear. Nvidia install application, press yes. And from here, you should see a little preparing to install sign. This will get filled out as it actually installs. It shouldn't take that long. SpongeBob, 5 minutes later, 2 minutes later, a short time later, I have no friends. Oh. It's installing. Oh, baby. And yep, we're back. The signal is back. And if you look here, it has installed the newest graphics driver, HD audio driver, and PhysX system software. Ugh, that's a mouthful. But part of the reason I'm telling you guys to update your drivers, and not even just Fortnite, is because after you do that, what you want to do is right-click on your desktop, go down to Nvidia Control Panel, and if you couldn't guess what we're going to do, we're going to optimize all of these settings, all of these bad boys. However, before that, we actually have to go and make sure that our PC and Fortnite uses them. So starting on the left where 3D settings are, click on Adjust Image Settings with Preview. That's going to take you to this page which we were just at, and make sure in these 3 little options that you hit Use the Advanced 3D Image Settings and then hit Take Me There. Boom. That's going to bring us to the Control Panel 3D settings. You could also on the left just go to Manage 3D Settings. But I'm going to walk you through these because this season especially, these are really important for improving your input delay, and in Chapter 5 Season 3, you need that, like, really badly. So starting at the top with image scaling, turn this off, ambient occlusion also off, anisotropic filtering off, anti-aliasing, FXAA off, pretty much all the anti-aliasing, so the gamma correction and mode, these should be off. The next 2 should be grayed out, which also means they're off. But then for the non-anti-aliasing settings, background application max frame rate, I have on off. CUDA-GPUs, make sure that you have this as your actual GPU, so check it. Mine is a GeForce RTX 4090, you know. Definitely not a flex, even though I suck at the game. CUDA system fallback policy put on driver default. That's actually a new setting. I don't think that's been in any videos before. DSR factors have on off. We're basically turning everything off except for low latency mode. I suggest all of you guys put this on, not ultra, just on. But if your game starts hitching and being really framey, you can turn it off. I just like it on because it does improve your input delay. Things will be way more snappier and quicker. After that, max frame rate I have on off. You guys can limit your frame rate. Like if you want to be on Fortnite at say, I don't know, 500 FPS, this is where you would do it. You can cap your frames not in game here. I just do it in game. Monitor technology though have on fixed refresh, multi-frame sampled AA off, OpenGL GDI compatibility have on, have on prefer performance, performance, we're here for best performance only. OpenGL rendering GPU, obviously. Select the GPU that you use or your main one. Then a really important setting, power management mode. This works hand in hand with a Fortnite setting we're going to look at called Nvidia Reflex Low Latency. If you don't have power management mode on prefer maximum performance, which is what I recommend, you are not going to get the lowest input delay, and that other setting in Fortnite, it's not going to work as well. So make sure this is on prefer maximum performance. It is really, really important. Oh, I'm running out of breath. Preferred refresh rate I have on highest available, but this can depend on what you do. If you're someone who has a 360 Hz monitor but doesn't use 360 Hz or 360 FPS for Fortnite, then use application controlled. That will let Fortnite decide, but I just do highest available because I'm a 360 Hz gamer now. Shader cache size on driver default. Texture filtering, the anisotropic sample optimization have on. Negative LOD bias allow. Texture filtering dash quality high performance. Texture filtering dash trilinear optimization have on. And threaded optimization you can also have on. However, just like with the low latency mode, if you notice some stutters, you can turn threaded optimization off. I just think it's better on my PC. Now for the rest of these, you pretty much want everything off. So triple buffering off, vertical sync off. You definitely don't want that on in game, but you can turn it on here. However, that's only going to be if you notice screen tearing. So most of you probably don't have that. Then virtual reality pre-rendered frames have on 1. Virtual reality variable rate super sampling, turn off. And finally, Vulkan OpenGL present method. I don't even know what this does, but turn it on auto and leave it. Those are going to be all the best NVIDIA control panel settings, guys. So copy these, try them out. And like I said, if they're not that great for you, you can change the two settings I said. Low latency mode and threaded optimization, which is right here. Try them on and off. They'll depend on your PC. But otherwise, guys, that is everything I'm going to cover in video-wise. Oh wait, make sure you apply it. That is important. Press apply, and yeah. Now, last thing before we actually get into game, go to your Epic Games launcher. This, again, is also very, very important. We're going to be optimizing our Epic Games launcher options, which you can get to by pressing Library. Going to Fortnite, your library might look like this, but honestly, it doesn't matter. And yes, you can make fun of me for having 6,000 hours, but Clix has 10,000, so make fun of him. Seriously, though, what you want to do is click on the 3 little dots, go over to Options, and this is where probably my favorite settings are, because most people don't know about these, and they actually are really, really useful for not only making your game feel better, but actually for having your whole PC run better. So basically what these are, your Fortnite installation options, it's kind of self-explanatory, is these are the different options that you can actually install on your PC as part of Fortnite. So the first is Fortnite Core and Battle Royale. This is required, and as you can see, it's 60 gigabytes. I think that went up like a lot in the new season. But then there's also Fortnite Save the World, which is 1 gigabyte. I don't have that. High resolution textures, which if you read it, it's files required to play Fortnite more beautifully. 20 damn gigabytes. And I've actually shown you guys the side-by-side comparison of high resolution textures on versus off. It makes literally no difference. So if you have this selected, uncheck it like this. Boom. You don't need that. And actually notice, guys, that if you do have it installed, look how big the pre-download streamed assets get. 28 gigabytes. Boom. 6 gigabytes without it. So if you have the high resolution textures, not only do you have an extra 20 gigabytes of crap on your PC, but then it's another 22 gigabytes, 42 gigabytes in total to make your game look better when it doesn't even do anything that good. So uncheck high resolution textures. Do not uncheck pre-download streamed assets. That's important, and I'll explain it in 1 second. But the one other option we didn't talk about yet is DirectX 12 shaders. These, like it says, are shaders required to run Fortnite using DirectX 12. I recommend everyone to play on performance mode, which uses DirectX 11, so we don't need these at all. You can just uncheck them like this and then hit apply. It's gonna undownload them, take them off your PC because you do not need them. Let me go back though. So all we really have left, other than the additional languages, which are hidden, but you can click them. I don't really know why you would need these unless you speak a bunch of stuff. I'm American, so I only speak American. Oh god, that was a bad joke. But literally the only installation option you should have is pre-download streamed assets. So what this does, according to Fortnite, is it installs all assets that would normally be streamed during gameplay. That might sound bad because, you know, we've been uninstalling everything. We basically only have 60 gigabytes of Fortnite, and having more storage is better. Your PC will run quicker and not be as laggy if you have like no storage. But the reason that we have these 6 gigabytes installed is because it's an old setting that used to be called Cosmetic streaming, and that not only is going to screw up your performance and your FPS, but because you're downloading literal skins and textures as the match goes on, your ping is going to be affected, and that is not something we want. That's quite literally like the worst thing that can happen. So to disable Cosmetic streaming, which this pre-download streamed assets, it used to be called Disable Cosmetic streaming. To do that, we want this checked. We want Fortnite to download all 6 gigabytes of skins. That way, when it runs into them in game, the skins are already there. It doesn't have to download anything. So click that, hit apply. Your download size should say 6 gigabytes right here if you don't have this already. But make sure your Fortnite installation options look like this. Boom, apply. Your launcher probably will change because if you unchecked or checked something, you're gonna see some stuff going on down there. I don't though. And yeah, those are the installation options. It's also how you can see how much time you have wasted playing this game. I don't want to talk about it. But now we can actually boot up. We can launch. Oh god. We can go to the in-game Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 settings. So I will see you when they load. Little change of scenery here. We are actually in my Forever 1v1 map. Hashtag not an ad, but also kind of. And like I said, we are going to be going over the in-game settings, which, speaking of changing things, wait a second. Boom! I'm over here now. Hey! We're going to be going through all of these on performance mode as well as DirectX 11 and DirectX 12, but don't you dang worry. So starting at the top with your display settings, window mode, you always want this on full screen if you can. Some people's PCs won't let them and they have to play on windowed full screen, which isn't really the worst thing in the world, but just make sure it's not windowed mode. Fortnite even says that in full screen mode, your game will run slightly faster, so keep that in mind. Resolution, I have on 1920 by 1080, 1600 by 900. I have showed you this. Oh crap. Well, I was gonna show you it, but my capture card only allows 1920 by 1080. So I guess, take my word that 1600 by 900 honestly isn't the worst, and it will improve your performance. And by that, I mean FPS. But down over to VSync. VSync in Fortnite, guys, make sure you have this off. You do not want this on in game. If you are getting screen tearing, which Fortnite, oh, it does say disabling VSync can result in horizontal screen tearing. If you have screen tearing, turn it on in your Nvidia control panel. Do not do it in Fortnite. No, no, no. However, a lot of the time you can fix your screen tearing by just making sure you're on a good frame rate limit. So frame rate limit, it goes all the way from it goes from 30 all the way up to unlimited. I play on a 360 hertz monitor, so I cap my FPS at 360 FPS. You could either cap it at your monitor's refresh rate, like for 240, or you could go one above. So if you're on 144 hertz, you could go and cap it at 160 or 165. It really doesn't matter too much. Just make sure you don't use unlimited, because unlimited will result in huge FPS fluctuations and drops that you do not want. Those things will feel like huge stutters. And then lastly, in the display settings, rendering mode, you're actually going to notice that because we uninstalled the DirectX 12 shaders in the Epic Games launcher options, you do not have the option for it anymore. Look at this. It's DirectX 11 and then performance mode. There's no third one. It's gone. So for us, that's good. But if you want to use DirectX 12, make sure you go back to where I did the Epic Games launcher options, follow that, and install the DirectX 12 shaders. It even says down here, the DirectX 12 requires the shaders which are not currently installed. They can be installed from the Fortnite options located in the launcher. Wow, Epic. Thank you for explaining that, even though I told everyone first. After that, though, we're going to skip the graphics options. We're going to look at that at the end, and we're going to go to your graphics quality for performance mode options, which, if you guys have seen my settings videos before, you know that these are not the only options for performance mode. Like, they're the only options you get, but if you go to DirectX 11 or DirectX 12, which we're going to go to, you get so many more options, and all of those options, which I have proved before, they affect performance mode, yet on performance mode, you can't change them. Thank Epic for that. So 3D resolution, I have at 100%. Some of you guys might have this on lower just because it will depend on your specific PC or laptop. Just please make sure you do not have this on 1%, because if you haven't seen this before, oh dear God. Oh! Bruh, where the hell am I? Oh my god, that actually hurts my eyes. I was gonna free build, but nah, we gotta get off that shit. 3D res back up to 100%. Then view distance I put on near, textures on low, and meshes also on low. The only time you're ever gonna want to change this, why am I getting invited? You can see I backed out of game because you can actually only change the meshes while not in game. I'm gonna put them to high just to show you guys something. The only time you're gonna actually get high meshes, which again, I have high meshes on. Notice, high meshes are enabled, which should be the normal Fortnite builds. But guys, normal high meshes don't actually work, which is kind of weird and I think stupid. I don't know why Epic Games made it like this. Very confusing if you don't watch an itsJerian settings guide. The only way to get actual high meshes like Mr. Savage uses is to change your view distance. How that makes sense, I don't know. But medium view distance, if you apply it, you're gonna see your floors will be good. Your ramps on, I think, brick and wood. Floors are still mobile. And I think cones on wood are still mobile builds, aka low meshes. The one and only way to fix this is to put your view distance on far or above. So view distance on far or above, and look, you finally get the normal high meshes. Cones, floors, metal, brick, everything. These are the Mr. Savage builds, which they are easier to see through, and people on console, you're probably used to them. Ooh, oh wait, I'm running out of mats. Oh dear God. I need an opponent. High meshes are definitely nice. I just don't think they're actually that useful. And most pros, you know, if you watch any pro, they use low meshes. They specifically turn their meshes to low and not just use near view distance on high meshes. Don't do that. There's no point. They use low meshes because it will give you the least amount of input delay, the highest amount of FPS. I'm on 360, pretty stable right now, even with all these cool meshes in the map. Wait, can I build above this? Oh, I just broke my map. So yeah, that is how meshes works. Put this to low. I'm not going to change it because I would have to back out, which you can read right there. I still don't know why that's a thing. But then the only other settings we have on performance mode are your advanced graphics, which show FPS have on, and then report performance stats disable. This will impact your performance, which I don't think they say anymore. Oh yeah, they don't say anymore. So don't help Epic out. Turn this off for the best FPS. And actually really quick, before I go to DX11 and DX12, if you go to your game settings, which is the third tab at the top, and then go down to extra game options, there are some settings that are worth turning off for FPS. Those include your Nvidia highlights, turn off in Fortnite. You could just do that yourself on your desktop. Peripheral lighting also turn off. FOV minimum and maximum, guys, if you have never seen this is for sliding, so don't get too excited. But then your replay settings, I actually recommend turning all of these off. I only use them because I'm a content creator and it can be useful to go and see who killed you, you know. Sometimes you want to have replays off, but if you go and read Fortnite's description of it, recording replays can reduce performance and take up hard drive space. So if you want the best FPS, turn these all off. At the bottom under replays for energy saving, turn the enable idle energy saving front end and back end, or this is window. Turn both of these off. They don't make a huge difference, but we don't care about saving energy. We want performance! So now all we have to do, because as I explained, DX11 and DX12 settings matter on performance mode, which we want to use. We're going to change our rendering mode to DX11. We're going to apply, and boys, we're going to restart because, like I said, as I just repeated 30 damn times, and in every settings video, we have to go and fix our DX11 settings in order to get the best performance mode settings, which yes, it doesn't make sense, but we have to do it, guys. We need the best FPS, okay? So finally on DX11/DX12, even though we installed DX12, if we go down to the settings, you can just see, look how small this is now. Look at all these damn settings! Oh my God! Oh wait, why are all the what the hell? Wait. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that was. I had all my settings. What the hell? Anyways, if we go down to graphics quality on DX11/DX12, like I said, we have a bunch more options, which again, they affect performance mode. There's even more advanced graphics options. So starting at the top of graphics quality, auto set quality, do not ever press this button. If you want to see what it does for science, I'll show you guys. I clicked it, and guys, oh dear God. Look at this. It sets everything to epic. Oh, hell no. We gotta fix that. So quality preset, put this to low. Quality settings guidance, we don't need that because you guys have me. Anti-aliasing and super resolution, turn this to off. You actually can use Nvidia DLSS and performance. It honestly is not bad. Let me apply that and just, oh wait, I gotta get into game. Let me know if you guys can see a difference. I actually notice it's like a little bit blurrier, which is part of DLSS. It basically sacrifices a little bit of the graphics quality for better performance. But honestly, it's nothing really... Oh. Wait a damn minute, DLSS might be truthy. I've seen some benchmarks where Nvidia DLSS, in that setting we just looked at, it really does help your FPS out. And yeah, look, I'm on stable 360, even while looking at all these meshes, shooting all that good stuff, and you can tell I'm on DX11 and DX12 because my builds jiggle. Oh dear God, I'm a sick man. But yeah, you can try that out, Nvidia DLSS, and then you could put this to performance, balance. That's gonna increase the 3D res, and same with quality. I just have this on off because I don't like how slightly blurry it is. 3D res then, put this onto, hello Mr. Fortnite, go to 100. Then dynamic 3D res and nanite virtualized geometry. These will be grayed out, and you can read on the right how you can actually enable them, but there's no real point. Shadows put to off, global illumination off, reflections off. We don't want any of that. We want to be able to see our opponent, so all of these to near or low, and we covered this and this. So effects also on low, post-processing on low, and that sort of goes for your advanced graphics. So show FPS we have on, use GPU crash debugging. This is that other setting which, if you read on the right, enabling this feature comes at a small performance cost. We do not want that. Turn that off. Same with report performance stats. But then latency markers, I have this off, and I don't recommend you guys play Fortnite. Like, don't play a tournament or don't go into ranked with this on. But this is the setting that allows us to see our latency, aka our input delay in game, and I'll show you that in a second. The only other setting you want not on off is Nvidia Reflex Low Latency. This is the one that worked with that Nvidia control panel setting that you had to put, I believe it's the power management mode. These work hand in hand, so put this to on plus boost and then press apply. And guys, these are the advanced graphics as well as the normal graphics quality options that you want for performance mode. So make sure right here in rendering mode, put this back to performance and then go back to performance mode. I'm not gonna restart now because what I want to show you, which I'm just gonna go to a new island, not a plug, but you know, that's how the map works. You get a new opponent every round. If you turn latency markers on, and yes guys, this does work on performance mode, you just can't turn it off on performance mode. You have to go to DX11 or DX12 to find it. But if you do that and then you go to the top at the game UI and scroll all the way down to latency debug stats and turn this on, boys, oh my lord. Oh wait, maybe this was not the best map to show it on. Really, dude? If you look at the top left right next to your ping, and by the way, guys, I am on performance mode. I restarted when you weren't looking, and I'm using all the settings I told you guys to use. You could actually see how much input delay you get. Right now, I'm at like a little less than 2 milliseconds. It shows your game, render, driver, all of those. And it also shows, if you look where it says M 360 Hertz and then U and B, those stand for the Nvidia Reflex Low Latency on, and then the boost also on. So that's just proof that, you know, when you're on performance mode, settings that you cannot change, because if I go down, they're not in the advanced graphics, they're only there on DX11. They affect how much input delay, how much FPS you get. They affect your Fortnite. I'm not lying to you guys and yapping for no reason. Oh wow, this actually feels like Booga. I know it may not look it because I'm old, but this is like the lowest delay I honestly think I felt in a while. Fortnite may have made... Oh, and then I mess up the edit. Fortnite may have made a nightmare season for comp players, but goddamn, this game feels good. And you can see how much input delay you actually get. So let me know down below what it says for you guys, if you have better ping, and if you have less input delay. Just remember, guys, before we go to the last settings, you can't change the setting and turn it off in performance mode. Yes, you can hide the HUD, so you can go and just turn the latency debug stats off, but it's still gonna be running in DX11, so make sure you go and change that if you don't want that running in the background. But yeah, those are all the in-game settings when it comes to performance, so now let's go and tackle the colorblind modes. To finish off the video, we're going to look, as I said, at your colorblind settings or your graphics options, these ones right here. And to do that, I thought, what better way than to go to the new biome, which, I don't know about you guys, but it is so damn vibrant and like almost hard to see people in, especially like, just look at the rest of the map. All of this is pretty nice and dark, normal green, a little more orange, and then now, oh dear God, look how orange that is. I like it, but again, it's also a lot to look at. Like, I'm looking at this in my recording, and it is damn bright. Oh my. Ooh, that was clean. So the current colorblind mode settings that I have, and I use most seasons, are brightness on 100%, user interface contrast on 1x, because as I explain, this does not affect inside of Fortnite. None of this changes. It only affects your actual settings, how they look, which is weird. So user interface contrast on 1x, and then colorblind mode, I always have off, and then strength obviously doesn't matter. But for this season, I actually figured out what might be the best colorblind mode, which is not deuteranope or tritanope. I've recommended those in the past. It's the one we never use. Protanope on strength 5. So I'm gonna apply that, and boom. The orange is still pretty bright, so, you know, you can go and decrease the brightness to, I found 75% to not be that bad. Let me know what you guys think of this, but essentially what it does is it makes the blues a little darker, so they're not as bright. That gives this a little more contrast compared to the rest of the sky. And then the green is also a little bit darker, not anything too crazy like on deuteranope. And obviously, it's way different than tritanope, which I'll show you guys. Oh, wait. What the hell? Tritanope doesn't even look that bad. I mean, the orange is still crazy bright. That might just be because I have the brightness down. Tritanope on high brightness. Yeah, that's more of... we don't want that. So let me do a quick comparison just to show you guys. Colorblind mode off. I'll do a little look around. Boom. Maybe even a little side by side with protanope strength 5 on 75% brightness. You could also do lower, and I'll look around as well. It should be way more contrasted, and in my opinion, I think it's better. I'm not 100% I'm gonna use it. Let me look at tritanope 10 real quick. 50% brightness. Oh wow, yeah. That's, I guess it was because I had tritanope 5. Tritanope you want to avoid at all costs. Just look at this. Oh hell no. And same can be said for deuteranope this season. Oh my. Do I even need to explain? So again, it either comes down to colorblind mode off with, this is 50% brightness. I honestly prefer the 100%. Normal default settings that I use every season, not bad. Or protanope 5. Let me check out 10 real quick on 50% brightness. Yeah, I think this, it's a little too dark at least, the blues. So the sweet spot is colorblind mode strength 5, brightness between 75 and 100%. And with these settings, you really don't need to change your digital vibrance. I've showed you guys in the past in your Nvidia control panel settings how to change those, but I feel like with this area on the map, it's already so bright and vibrant. What you need to do is tone it down. So we have the in-game Fortnite settings for that. Those are basically all of them. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, play all the forever maps, and yeah, enjoy the season and try not to get absolutely shit on by a car. Yeah, good luck.